just moving on from the position that we just did there, my version of the Kimura. We're now going to try to chase up the Americana from this position. So the Americana is essentially getting the same key lock on the shoulder, except of the rotation being towards his feet here. We're going to get a rotation where we'll get the rotation of his shoulder towards his head. So once again, the same kind of setup from here. As I explained in the last video, these submissions are based on him being around the top here on this side of my neck, all right? As I said in the last video, if it's on this side, we're going to try to set up different submissions. He will sometimes try to bring his arm in front of the face here, just try to create some kind of cross face here to create space, all right? This is a very, very standard defensive kind of frame that people use all the time. I need to try to use these things to my advantage. So you've got to remember that everything from your head, your shoulders, your neck, everything needs to be connected. So we don't, from an attacking perspective, you don't want to be isolating yourself, similar to how he's trying to not allow me to isolate parts of him. He wants to be all in one as well. So when the hand's over here, I like to use my head to kind of chase. So if he tries to put the arm over, I can start to chase his hand or chase his arm with my head in this position here until I can get it where I want it. So for the Americana perspective, we're going to be sitting here like this. I've got my head position. I can start to flatten out. You'll see my arm from here automatically will start to come underneath, still from that underhook position. And now I can start to try to target the wrist. The wrist grip is exactly the same as the wrist grip that we had from the Kimura, except obviously the opposite hand. But I'm going to feed through my hand from the bottom and get the same scenario. So I get my figure four, my wrists are straight, and you can see he's already getting under tension from this. I don't need to step over in this situation because the defense of this is not coming up. He'll be rotating against his shoulder. All I need to do is start to bring his elbow back towards his hip here. All right, that puts everything under tension. That's without even cranking. Normally I could just start to lift and that will start. But I can bring his elbow to his hip and get exactly the same outcome. So if you really want to be an arsehole about this, you can drag and lift at the same time and you'll get a tap very, very quickly. If you're doing this with your training partners, please be careful. It does come on extremely quick. Some people are more flexible in the shoulders. Some people, like myself and obviously Logan here, are not very flexible in the shoulders. So just be mindful whenever you're drilling this. But both these submissions come on pretty strong. We've got another class we're about to start, so I'll stop this and we will continue with the straight arm bar when we get some more time. All right, thanks.